Hello and welcome to IM Movies. The movie begins in Aleppo with a special operations unit of the U.S. military led by Lieutenant Greer, taking out a few Syrian soldiers. After completing their mission, Lieutenant Greer meets Ritter, a man from the CIA. When asked why he is here, he explains that it is about a rescue mission for their man inside a Syrian safe house. Senior Chief John Kelly laughs at him for not knowing how many Syrian units they will face for the mission, and Ritter does not like this. Finally, Greer's team and Ritter arrive at the mission site. After killing a few Russian soldiers, they save their target when Kelly notices that they did not encounter any Syrians while all the enemies are Russians.
You said Syrian army, not Russians.
But Ritter ignores him. They are on their way out when a soldier appears with an RPG and kills one of the men from Greer's unit, while she falls and gets surrounded by the Russian soldiers. Kelly and his teammates help Greer escape when they learn they are not at any Syrian safe house, but at a Russian weapons depot. They successfully go to the helicopter, when Kelly argues with Ritter for lying to them, but Greer stops him. The movie proceeds to Washington after a few days, when Kelly is at a gathering with his pregnant wife, Pam. Kelly is talking to his friend when Pam joins them, and they laugh at how miserable their lives will be after having the baby. The scene shifts to another member from the Special Operations Unit, Webb, who is having quality time with his family, and as he gets out of the house to throw the tray, a van crushes him, and he escapes. Pam and Kelly return home in the evening when they recall their old times. At the same time, another SEAL, Roddy, is seen in Atlanta arguing with his girl when a man steps out of his front vehicle and shoots him down. Meanwhile, Keeley puts his wife to bed and gets down the stairs. He spends his time listening to music when a few mysterious men break into his house after disconnecting the light. Kelly realizes something is not right and picks up his gun while the mysterious men murder his wife, and one of them shoots the second man inside the bedroom. Kelly shoots the men on his way to the bedroom, and as he reaches the bedroom, he gets shot twice and lies in front of the attacker. The attacker manages to escape after Kelly looks at his face. Kelly crawls inside the bedroom and is shocked to find his pregnant wife dead on the bed. He mourns over her death and passes out, after which he is taken to the hospital. Ritter mentions that Kelly is the third SEAL to be under attack in 24 hours, and the CIA is taking all necessary precautions to ensure the safety of all other SEALs from the same unit, who have been given access to secure safe houses. After the meeting ends, Greer meets Ritter and tells him that her men are clear and they should properly take care of them. But Ritter does not take her seriously. On the other hand, Kelly panics after dreaming of Pam being taken away from him, and his condition becomes unstable. Greer calls the doctor, and after Kelly opens his eyes, he questions her about his baby, but she nods negatively, indicating the misfortune. Kelly informs her that one of the men escaped from his house, while one of them was already dead when he entered the bedroom. He requests that she give him the names that she knows his wife's killers, but Greer replies that she wouldn't have given him the names even if she knew. Later, Greer is in her office when Secretary Clay comes to see her and mentions that he has heard much about her and her sense of judgment from her uncle. So he questions her about how far John Kelly can be trusted.
How far can Kelly be trusted?
While Kelly is seen working on his recovery and has almost made it. After a few days, Ritter briefs Clay about the research on the SEALs and invites Greer to accompany him. Ritter informs him that the chief ordered him to brief him only, but he ignores him, and Ritter mentions that all the attackers belong to Russia, although they were not directly related to Russia, but were from the FSB. When asked about the man on the run, Ritter claims they don't have any information on him and adds that their chief considers that they are even as Kelly has killed their 3 men. So she suggests avoiding poking the bear further, and Clay informs Greer that his hands are tied if the chief does not want to conduct any investigation. Greer then comes to see Kelly and orders him to get his mug and drink with her. She informs him that the CIA has decided not to conduct any investigation into the attacks and Pam's murder, and has put the file on one of the confidential servers. Kelly is broken after listening to this, and Greer cheers his mood by giving him the information about the dead ones and revealing that the one who escaped is a ghost. She managed to get this information from Secretary Clay. She also tells him about the man, Vasilev, who made their visas, and may know about the 4th attacker. In the evening, Kelly returns home and cries after looking at the bedroom and recalling when he found his wife dead. Kelly picks up the money and the gun that he has hidden and changes his clothes after spreading alcohol on his whole body. He arrives outside Vasilev's house, talks to his guards, pretending to be drunk, and notices him heading to Dulles Airport. Kelly follows him, calls 911 operator, and summons police, mentioning Vasilev's car number for waving a gun at him. Soon, the police stop Vasilev's car, and as he arrives near the airport, Kelly runs his tow truck into his car, leading to a horrible car accident. Kelly sets Vasilev's car on fire, approaches him with a gun, and questions him about the 4th man at his house.
Who killed my wife, huh?
Vasily denies providing any information, and when Kelly shoots him twice, he reveals that the fourth man is Viktor Rykov. After that, Kelly gets arrested. The next day, the media gets the report of Russian involvement in the attacks on SEALs, but the officials try to avoid it and ignore the issue of finding dead Russian bodies on American soil. Rotter accompanies Secretary Clay, and the dude doubts that Greer may have leaked the information to Kelly and that he won't be safe even inside the prison. Clay tells him he thinks Kelly has done right and suggests waiting for more to come out of this.
See who else falls out.
Greer meets Kelly inside the jail and tells him that he is pretty much messed up from everywhere, and he tells her to inform Clay that he has some information that he will reveal only after getting out of prison. Kelly returns to his cell, and after a while, a man approaches to drag him out, but he denies leaving his cell without knowing where he is headed. After that, a few men come to attack him, but Kelly prepares and overpowers them. He threatens to break the neck of one of the attackers and is waiting for negotiations when Chief Marshal Townwide arrives and gives him a phone to listen. Greer talks to him and asks him to follow the Chief Marshal.
Follow the U.S. Marshal.
Who leads him to a confidential meeting where he meets Secretary Clay, the CIA chief, Sarah Dillard, Greer, and Ritter. When asked about the information, Kelly reveals that the fourth attacker's name is Viktor Rykov. Sarah claims he is dead, and Ritter informs him that Viktor believed in post-Soviet ideology and was a smart planner and doer. He had his own established unit with special agents until the CIA sanctioned him, or they thought he was sanctioned. Clay orders Greer to get her unit ready while Kelly insists on participating in the mission, claiming that if Viktor is as dangerous as they are told, then they need him as no one else can push as far as he can. Clay agrees but mentions that after the mission, he will return to prison as a felon.
You will return to the penitentiary as a felon.
Following that, Kelly and his team are surprised to learn they will use passengers' planes to make their way into Russia as Viktor is at Murmansk. Kelly feels strange learning that Ritter will not be on the plane. Greer is sitting inside the plane after takeoff when Kelly teases her for being against the idea of Kelly on the mission. Kelly tells him that Vasily told him before he died that death follows him everywhere he goes, due to which he thinks that if he had not participated in the mission in Aleppo, his family would have been alive. Greer calms him and requests that he not blame himself for what happened. After a while, they get ready to jump when a Russian plane arrives, and Kelly orders everyone to abort jumping. The Russian plane warns them to slow down, otherwise they will be considered hostile and shot down. Upon denial of the warning, the plane is shot down, and everyone inside braces themselves to survive the crash in the ocean. Only 5 of Greer's teammates survive, and they all evacuate the plane while Kelly remains inside and gets the gear at the end of the plane. He is about to suffocate when he finds a way to make it to the surface and reunites with his team. They leave the ocean using a lifeboat and reach the bank safely. After they get to a safe place, all the team members share their real names, and Kelly informs Greer that he thinks Ritter has betrayed them.
Ritter was the one who said Rykov was dead.
Greer replies that he has no reason to think like this, but Kelly hopes to get a few answers either way. Soon, they arrive at Ritter's place when Kelly grabs him and asks him why their plane was destroyed and why they were not guided about this. Ritter replies that he is unaware of anything and assures him that he did not sell them out. After that, Greer and her team are led to an apartment in front of the building where Viktor lives, and Kelly points his gun at him. He stares at him through the scope of his gun, but he has to lower it. Soon the unit enters the building to kill Viktor, but Kelly locks Greer's door, leaving Greer and other team members behind to avenge the death of his wife. As Kelly reaches Viktor, he recognizes him and claims that he must not have been informed that Viktor is also a CIA agent, and that they are both pawns serving the same king. He turns, wearing a bomb vest and holding the remote. Viktor claims that there is no other operation than their being here, and they were planned to be brought here. Kelly buys time before Viktor explodes the bomb and hides behind the wall. Lucky for him, he survives the explosion, and the team arrives to rescue him. They are checking everything when a sniper shoots a man with the code name Dallas.
Dead sniper!
Kelly lays his hands on a piece of glass and locates the snipers. Everyone provides cover when Dallas is rescued and ordered to evacuate the building. Another soldier gets shot in the leg as they try to leave the building. Soon a police car arrives at the location, and Greer witnesses the deaths of 2 police officers. Kelly understands everything from the assassination of the unit and his wife to finding the Russian dead bodies on American soil and vice versa.
I want us to find a dead Russian soldier on American soil.
Until this mission was pre-planned, so they determined to leave no leads behind, and Greer orders him to find a way out. Kelly makes a way using a bomb, and Greer approaches the sniper in the hallway, but her gun gets jammed before she can shoot him. She engages in a fight with him and eventually kills him before Kelly can arrive to help her. Greer and her team continue their journey to leave the building when Russian police surround it. Unfortunately, Dallas passes away, and everyone gets emotional at his death but plays strong. Kelly mentions that he has a plan and states that he will reach the roof and clear the way for them, as they cannot leave anyone here. Moreover, he is a felon, he can die here. Kelly gets to the roof and engages the policeman in a gunfight, while his teammates escape. Soon, Kelly gets surrounded, and after looking at the bomb in his bag, he thinks of a plan and breaks inside the building again. He gets shot twice, luckily avoiding all the vitals, and reaches for his bag. He explodes a bomb and escapes by changing his disguise with one of the dead Russian policemen. He steals a car and reaches the hideout, where Greer rescues him, and after covering his wound, he is taken to the boat with others. Kelly sits with Ritter and Greer when he makes them recall that Victor told them everything started in Washington, and admits that he has been chasing the wrong man, mistaking him for the king.
Rykov wasn't a king.
Now all he has to do is return to the jail, but Ritter asks him to take the money in a duffel bag below and play dead, as his being a ghost can help them find the real man behind this all. Following that, Secretary Clay listens to the news that Russia and America have failed to prove the allegations against each other and returns to the washroom when Kelly meets him. Kelly informs him that he thinks the CIA is doing this all, but Clay denies accepting that Sarah can be a traitor. Clay then mentions that Sarah made her man explode himself using a bomb vest, but Clay still does not accept it. Kelly tells him that what he said was not part of Greer's report.
Greer left that part out of the report.
And he doubts Clay's claim to be the planner of everything. Kelly chokes and knocks him out. Clay reopens his eyes and finds himself inside Kelly's car. Kelly questions him about why he did it, but Clay refuses to divulge any information. Kelly threatens that they are headed to a safe house, where he will kill his family in front of his eyes, just as he killed his wife. Clay gets scared and proclaims that their people had no clear enemies after World War II, so they started fighting each other. He has helped them by giving them a powerful enemy and freedom.
A big country needs big enemies.
After Clay's confession, Kelly turns the car around, leading to an accident inside the river. Clay begs him to let him go, but Kelly does not and thinks about his reunion with Pam, who always claims to be with him. The next day, Greer attends his funeral, and as she returns and turns off the radio reporting the news of Clay's suicide, Kelly appears in his car. It is revealed that Kelly recorded Clay's confession, after which Greer rescued him from the river. Ritter hands over the recording to a CIA official and requests a favor. After that, Kelly and Greer are seen at an airport when she gives him his new passport with a slightly different name and tells him it is a favor from Ritter. The movie ends when Kelly walks away after Greer tells him to stay in touch despite being dead to the world. And that's the end of this recap. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next one.